everyone, I am SPINPIXY, your Thursday hostess on the Biophilic Alternative, and today I am going to be showing you my Be a Great Student spell, and this is brought to you, of course, by the planet Mercury. And as you know, Mercury governs the intellect, the memory, the mind, and communication, all the things necessary to be the ideal student and be a teachable student. Now, you can use this if you are a parent trying to whip your children's grades into shape, or if you want them to get that little extra bit of extra credit before the end of the year, or if you're a college student kicking out those last bits of finals, or if you are beginning a business or trade school, whatever your reason, to be a better student. Even if you want to be a better magical student or life student, this is a really good spell. And I have the list of ingredients here, and you can see they are as follows: cornmeal or flaxseed, or any kind of a yellowish powder, because yellow, of course, is the color of Mercury. Some people do resonate it with the color orange, but I use yellow because that, to me, speaks of the mind. You have your road opener oil. You need a yellow or orange candle if orange is what resonates with you and Mercury. Statement, goal, or intent, or things that you want to make stronger if this is a waxing moon spell, or weaknesses that you want to deplete during the waning moon. So that depends on what you're doing, or your statement of expansion of the mind. Now there are herbs that are specific to Mercury, and I will get into those in just a bit, as well as gemstones that are specific to Mercury. So if you want to do a gemstone crystal grid, or if you want to do your sigil, which we will be working with later, in herbs rather than cornmeal or flaxseed. And so you're also going to want coal and an incense burner. And these are optional, which is Mercury sounds, which I love to work with when I'm working with a particular planet. A red candle for strength. You don't have to use this, but that is optional. Again, dressed with road opener and herbs, or bayberry and herbs. As well as you're going to want to work with the hour and the days of Mercury. And of course we're going to be using either the sigil or square, whichever you identify, and a tool to inscribe your candle. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is take your cornmeal or flaxseed, or both. You can ground them together and draw out the Mercury sigil. Now, I just used the most basic sigil, as you will see here, to do my my sigil. And then you're going to want to take your herbs, and there are quite a few to choose from, and you're going to want to ground those up and make your Mercury incense. Now, I suggest grounding these into a fine powder. As you will see in the spell in just a moment, I used cinnamon, lavender, cedar, and honeysuckle, I believe, and that made a beautiful incense. So once you have that ready, you're going to want to inscribe your yellow candle with your intent, and with your red candle, should you choose to use it, strength, passion for learning, whatever you want to inscribe that with. And then, of course, make sure your candles are dressed in your oils and herbs, and begin this spell. You're going to want to begin the spell again during the Mercury day, which is Wednesday, and the Mercury hour. Now, for those of you who do not work a whole lot with planetary hours and days, there is an awesome site, I think I've mentioned it on here before, called iLuminary, or it's iLuminary, I believe. I'll put the link in the description. And you're going to want to make sure you put in your proper location, because hours are very specific to location. As I found out that it doesn't even matter if you're in the same time zone. You can have a friend like in the next town over and have different planetary hours. So definitely make sure that you're as close to your home base as possible, so you get the appropriate time and energies. If you'd like to do a crystal grid, you can. I do not in this spell. But if you'd like to do a crystal grid, you can. It's just whatever manifests that Mercury energy for you. And as I said, I like to do Mercury sounds. Because while I'm doing my spell, because whilst those are in the background, I find that it's, I don't know, I just find it lends its energy really well. If you have to extinguish your candle, make sure to reignite it during the hours of Mercury. So if you have to extinguish your candle try and relight it at the next mercury hour, the next time you either wake up or the next mercury hour when you're home. And you're going to want to kind of do it only, only relighting in the mercury hours. So without further ado, here is the spell. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Many, many blessings. Bye-bye. It's SPINPIXY here, and today I'm going to be showing you a Be a Good Student spell. And so I'm doing this for some schooling that I'm going to be doing soon, and I thought I would just share this with you guys for any of you who are having trouble studying for finals or anything like that. So what I have done is I'm working in the hours of Mercury. Since Mercury is the governor of intellect, communication, the mind, things like that. Everything that would entail being an ideal student. So I'm working with Mercury. You can see I have a Mercury sigil drawn here, and I cannot zoom in, so I'll go over here. I have a Mercury sigil drawn in cornmeal and flax, and those are two things that correspond with Mercury. Plus I have my yellow candle for the mind, inscribed, and yes, it is bent on purpose for my own reason. So it is inscribed already with things that correspond to what I want. Now I'm going to be making an incense to go around the base of the candle and to be burnt also. And these are herbs that correspond with Mercury. So of course I have my cinnamon here, lavender, which is in here. I have honeysuckle and cedar. Or cedar and honeysuckle, I should say. And I'm going to be making an incense with that, as well as bayberry oil. And these are all herbs that correspond with Mercury. So I am going to get this ground up, and then I will come back. I have all my incense stuffs ground up and ready to be put around my candle. Now what I have done is I've brought out my road opener oil that I made, and I'm going to be dressing my candle with the road opener. And now earlier I think you might have saw my red candle. That's for something I'm doing later. But I have all of this ground up, so what I'm going to be doing is using bayberry and road opener to dress my candle, and then I'm going to just light it, and I'm going to let it burn during the hours of Mercury. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and get this started so that I can work in my allotted time. What I've done here is I've organized everything. I have, if you can see, I don't know if you guys watched my video on the blood moon water. For the blood moon that I did, I have that in the corner because it has my particulars in there as far as what I wanted with that water. Above the things that I want Mercury to help me with, and my spell that I wrote out for Mercury. And of course I have my Mercury candle right there, which has been inscribed, and then a Mercury symbol with the Mercury incense going in my little cauldron. So that's just basically what I have done, and it's very important, actually, that I wanted to say this, that I'm using different Mercury elements in this that I'm not putting in on camera, but it's very important to really think about what resonates for you or what the correspondence is for you in regard to Mercury, and in regard to the mind and stuff, and to think about that when putting things together. So thanks guys for watching, and hope this helped you, and see you next time. Many blessings. Bye.